about it. Okay. Okay. The other thing is I've never shared my full screen. I usually just share like a window or a
Mhm.
tab. So I'm gonna attempt to share the full screen. It may mean that I need to um oh no, it won't let me share the full screen. Oh, yes. Okay. That's what I was thinking. It was going to give us 800 options. Okay, so I can't see anybody anymore.
Got it. We can see the
But
screen now, yeah.
cool. Okay. So as I was going through, the things that I was thinking about was like, okay, I want to know like who else is doing high high cost supplements, like the premium brand supplements. And
Mhm.
I think one of them that you had talked about was Lima.
Yep.
Um, and so I have pulled up a bunch on a variety of different things, but I want to kind of go through the offer, but also like the ads point of it. So the first one that we're looking at is ARMRA, and they have this one that is this colostrum immune revival. Um, so they have a crap ton of
Mhm.
going all the way back to um, October. So it looks like it's performing well for them. They are still, sending traffic to this offer over and over again. And the offer, when we click on it, goes to an advertorial. Some of them go to this page, some go to another page. So they're testing out different advertorials to sort of teach people how to get from point A to point B. But their main offer here is just subscribe and save 30% off of the first order, which is similar to yours, right? Because I think currently yours is a one-time purchase for almost 100, and
Mhm.
then the subscribe and save is 20 or 25% off.
Yeah, something of that nature, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they're doing it with a one-time purchase and the subscribe and save, and a lot of it is with that advertorial, and it looks like a heavy lift on the ad side. Like a lot of them aren't just an image or anything like that. Like it's a lot that's going on. You've got text, you've got it, bubbles and images and four easy ways and all of that. So this is definitely one that I think that like on the ad end mimicking and then sort of like you could definitely build out the advertorial.
Mhm.
Um, we are leaning towards one of our brands. We're going to build an advertorial out in the next little bit just because I'm seeing them pop up more and more and I was like, okay, we've had them work in the past. Why did we stop? Let's put that in for an offer. Um, the next one, you had mentioned Lima. I pulled this up and I was very surprised with the price. Uh,
This
is that
brand does not make sense as to how it works.
is this a 3-month supply or is this a 1-month supply? Because I
It's
wasn't
monthly.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
yeah.
Um,
It's absolutely absurd.
and they have ads. That's not them. JK. Hold please. Okay. They have the ads going back, but I, I was not convinced that any of these ads are performing. Like we talked about last
Yeah.
week, like I have no indication that you're actually making all these sales. You say you have 144 reviews, um, but they are very generic. Love
Yeah.
it, the best,
Yeah. No,
and I'm
for
like,
sure. None of it looks at all legit.
yeah. So that's why, like, okay, when I'm like thinking that, I was like, okay, they've got the price range that we want to sell in, everything like that. But because I can't really, it doesn't really feel like they're converting. We're just gonna
Mhm.
completely take them off. We're
Mhm.
they're not even a contender anymore. This next one that I pulled up was Palm Beach Labs for their NAD plus injection for better skin. One of the things that I like about them that I think that we can implement is they didn't have a lot of ads. So I don't necessarily think that it's like, okay, let's copy their offer. They've got a strong offer, but they do have this is like when we were talking about it last week, I was like, okay, what is, like, the first thing that I would think of for an ad to, like, start getting us from point A to point B, and it would definitely be a comparison of everything that you would be buying, spending money on, and instead you're getting one supplement that does it all. So
Mhm.
then listing all that out. I think somebody else here in the group, they went through on Amazon, it's like, okay, if you bought magnesium, and I don't know what's in their product, but if you bought
Yep.
magnesium on Amazon, it would cost you 20 bucks. If you bought this on Amazon, and then they listed all of that out. So let's see if we can pull this one up bigger. So it's like, stop wasting your money on all of this. Instead, just buy this one.
Mm.
So that's something I would take away from this one, but wouldn't really focus on their offer, what they're doing. But this kind of idea would work well for what we're going for. The next one that I pulled up was IM8. Did we
Mhm.
check this one last week?
2 weeks ago, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. They have a lot going on. They have a lot of ads, but they feel a little bit more reputable than Lima.
Mhm.
They have 11,000 reviews, and their reviews did not feel. Oh, I thought I saw them. Maybe I have to scroll down.
Mhm.
Their reviews didn't feel like they came from bots
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's giving a much more, um, complete thing, but they do have a whole entire stack. So,
Right.
uh, the Beckham stack here with the supply plus this, plus that, plus, all of these things to really make it attractive. And I know on yours you had a couple of free things. I don't remember what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So we could implement that more, but this is a good one if you have other products that you can kind of cross sell with it or add to it, or if your product needs something, kind of like how on Primal Queen. I mean,
Right.
they're lower, but they do have like they put the
Mhm.
whole bundle together.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Beckham stack, the IM8 is giving there.
Mhm. Mhm.
The next one I pulled up was this like Fatty 15.
Yeah, this brand is doing very well.
They have ads that are active since October, but the ads that they have or since September, the ads they have active are from Dr. Drew. And so he has a lot of celebrity name
Mhm.
power behind him, and so, like, I get why those ones are running still and why they're making that impact, and
Mhm.
so it's like, okay, without that I mean, unless you're ready to become an influencer, Dr. Kevin, and
Right.
put your name out there on all the videos and kind of build that up, which will take time.
Mhm.
So a lot of their goes to that. The newer ones that they've started more recently are heavy on video.
Mhm.
Um, but the newer ones that they have, um, are just about, like, Healthier You, 2026, and it
Mhm.
wasn't really, like, anything super exciting, outside of their videos, but they do have, like, just a whole ton of things going on.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so I am personally not a big fan of come pick every single kit on one page.
Uh-huh.
But it is interesting that they're sending traffic to this page and to just like this
It's like
this
a
page.
homepage, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, very interested to see. I want to see the back end of this one because it's
Yeah.
like you're running stuff since September, but how?
Uh-huh.
Because nothing felt like, "Oh, this is a solid offer." Nothing
Right.
like, ARMRA felt like it was a good solid offer that we
Uh-huh.
could make and everything. The Fatty 15, we're gonna close that one. That one,
Yep.
you need the stars to align for that one to
Right,
work.
right.
Okay, this one was really cool, I think, for a couple of reasons. This one is I don't know how to say any of this, we're just gonna
Yeah.
butcher it. The Bondia from
Yeah.
Solaria Bio. I like the way that they have structured out their month supply. Um, 3 month supply, $99 a month, 2 month supply, 104, and a 1 month supply at 110. And just kind of giving people that tier to be like, yes, I absolutely do want to pay $297 now for a 3 month supply.
Mhm.
Maybe that's something that you can implement with the way that like works together. They are pretty heavy on their video ads, but they also don't have a lot of ads running. So
Mhm.
it's like, okay, I do see that they're sending stuff to it, but I also not sure that it's a very profitable company yet because they don't have a lot of ads.
Right.
So, we'll close that one. We can leave this one up, but we'll close the ads part. The next one was Wellbell, which again, we have a 3-month supply, which I just think is like crazy out of the gate for that to be the only option between the 3-month supply and the single jar. Um, and and neither of them are subscription. So that was interesting there. And they also only have like one ad running from October, and the rest of them are pretty new. And all kinds of different products. And so I was just like, I get that they're trying to sell this one. It doesn't feel like they're really selling this one as much. They're putting other products forward um as their first entry into their company. And so that's the other thing that we talked about last week is like, okay, we have a higher priced product, but can we bring them in with something lower priced or something like that to bring them in? And that seems what Wellbell is doing. I didn't love this one. Nutrafol was okay. It was kind of similar. Like this one just had subscribe and save 75% off.
Right.
Why are we giving me $39 if it's really going to be 139?
Mhm.
I think that people will get the first month and then drop off.
Right.
This one was similar to the Bondia one where they gave me options, but it was like
Mhm.
1, 3, and 6. So I thought that we could like look at that. And the other one was Symbiotica. This one's interesting because
Mhm.
they don't really have like an all-in-one. You would have to take 2 or 3 of these little
Yeah. Like
Slurpee pouch
syrups. Yeah.
thingies. Yeah. But they do have, all their ads going to one of the products or all of their products, but like each one will have their own entry point, and then at some point they're gonna be upselling them
Yeah.
to each of the products. So, having said all of that, I
Mhm.
think if we're going to be looking at like which ones do we want to kind of mimic and learn from and like deep dive into more. We can learn a little bit from Bondia, a little bit from Beckham Stack, including like how they list out their stack,
Yeah.
but really kind of like deep diving into this advertorial style from ARMRA, what they're doing from ads end to the advertorial to the offer. It feels similar to your offer, but it is
Yeah.
like we can kind of like elevate your offer to then be like, okay, it is worth the price. It is worth the thing. Instead of buying 5 bottles of all
Mhm.
this, you can get one and that gives everything. So I really think a lot of it has to do with, okay, now I've lost you guys. What you guys this is so funny because I literally oh there we are.
Nice.
It's just one of those things where there's not going to be a lot of really good examples because the people that are doing it are doing it well but they're also going to be at the level of spending a lot of money, whether that's on Dr.
Yeah.
Drew or on a lot of different ads so that they can test. um, so I think main two offers is honing in, putting an advertorial in there and really like honing in on your offer. And the second part just went out of my brain. Oh my god. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's good that you're seeing these brands because, like, I've seen most of these as well, and, like, I never fundamentally understood Lima or
Mhm.
Qualia, right? Those 2 brands in particular, I never understood them, never made sense to me why they would at all do well. Like, Qualia is now in, like, GNC and Vitamin Shoppe, but they're always ever since they launched almost 2 years ago in retail, their offer in retail is buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one 50% off rather. Every time you buy one, their second bottle is always 50% off. And
Yeah.
so, like, to me, that just seemed like they weren't doing great, if that's the offer you're giving.
Mhm.
Like, and so, like, I've done advertorials, I've done landing pages and, like, all these different things, and fundamentally, I guess, like, a question is, like Is it because of price? Probably not. Like, I'm not convinced that price is actually a problem because people will spend.
Yeah.
Um, it's 6 capsules, so, like, is it because it's too many capsules? Are people afraid of, like, drug interactions? Um, does the brand just look bad, right? Like, maybe it just looks too medicinal, too serious, too masculine, too scientific. I don't know, right? And so, like, for our retail launch, so we got, like, national distro for Vitamin Shoppe launching in a couple quarters from now, like Q2. Um, so we have 3 new products coming out, and, like, our sleep product is way cheaper, it's only 3 capsules. Took our main formula, cut it in half for another product, and then one for someone over 55. So we have
Yeah.
3 new products, 3 new demographics, if you will, with new offers and everything, and more friendly looking packaging and stuff like that, but fundamentally, it looks like no one has, like, in the supplement space, it's not even, like, a crazy offer. It's
No.
just like, "Buy this thing, you can have a discount on your first purchase," and, like, it's that stupid simple, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
And, like,
absolutely.
as a clinician, that's impossible for me to wrap my head around, because I live in the gray and decisions I
Yeah.
make, like, have real consequences, and there's so much nuance to it that and, like, figuring out how to approach that just seems really odd to me. That just, like, because like, NAD+ for better skin, I would never think to do that just because nicotinamide is used in, like, different reactions for energy and things like that. Like, it would make no sense that your skin improves with NAD+. Scientifically, it just doesn't make sense to me. But, like, if that's their offer through, like, some crazy pathway down the line,
Yeah.
it's just odd to me.
Yeah, I think that that's also as, like, you from your background and
Mhm.
your understanding and your education,
Yeah.
uh, it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna really have to step into the mind of the consumer rather
Right.
instead of, like, the clinician, the
Yeah.
pharmacist, right? The
Right,
doctor's
right.
perspective,
Yeah.
and I think maybe that's kinda how we bridge the gap,
Mhm.
uh, because you have the information, and
Mhm.
that is going to take, like, education for them to understand that, but we just need p to get people in the door,
Yeah.
and so how can we bridge the gap between where they are, the problems that they're experiencing, the problems they're having, and
Yep.
then bring them to the solution of your product, Nieces or Nessus?
Nieces. Yep.
Yeah, and so, like, how do we bridge that? Um, and I went in briefly and looked at your ads,
Yeah, I mean, the couple we have running are bad.
but I think it just kinda comes down to, like, how can we communicate to them real quick via a Google ad or a Meta ad or whatever it is, what
Yep.
they need to know and get here. Once they get to the landing page, it's can we convert them quickly?
Yep.
Having having the information that you have on there, you're not missing. You know how I see a lot of pages.
Yeah.
I see a lot of pages. It's not glaringly obvious of what you're missing, and so I think
No,
that
and
comes down
that's
to
that's what I feel too, like, I've spent so much money on courses and mentorships, and, like, I've spent time talking, like, one-on-one with, like, Ezra Firestone and his whole team. Like, I've
yeah,
spent months talking to those guys, and it's like, fundamentally, something's missing, and then going through, Devin's course and then now these, and it's like, I don't think anything's fundamentally missing. It could just be a bad brand, like that doesn't resonate, which is like totally fair,
yeah,
and maybe it is just something as simple as too many capsules and people don't like that. I don't know.
yeah. This is a hard one, Kevin,
Yeah,
you
I know. I know.
you're
And
working
so,
through it, trying to come up with some
uh
crazy out of the box idea, but most of the ideas aren't out of the box, and I know that you're putting in the due diligence to get
right.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and so like our new stuff compared to um let's see if I'm allowed to share my screen.
I think I can give you permission, just a second.
Okay.
Allow screen sharing. Alright, you should be good to go.
Uh,
I completely cut out your audio, now I can't hear you.
oh,
Try again? I can't hear you still.
hmm.
Now I
Can you hear
can
me?
hear. Yeah.
Weird. So anyway, that packaging is, that was design intent before we designed it and everything, but it's a lot more bright and clear and dialed in, I think, for like consumers and stuff rather than like this space age scientific black and silver brand and stuff.
Yeah.
So perhaps something like that would be better. I
I
have
mean,
like
those are gonna be cheaper, so it
mm,
is gonna be an easier point of entry into your brand.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, because 'cause we've seen, like, you can sell the more expensive stuff, so I do think
Mhm,
that is an option, but we kind of wanna build up that
mhm,
your brand
mhm,
and build up that,
yeah.
reputation, so getting those on, do you have a launch date for those?
So everything has hit the warehouse. We're just waiting for the boxes to come in. So there should be like a week or 2, and
Oh,
then I'll be good to actually launch everything. And like on the back end, I built quiz, and then it goes to a page where it's like 1 bottle, 3 bottle, 6 bottle, like really classic stuff I don't think would work, but like just because I don't think it'll work, I should do it, right? Or whatever.
yeah,
Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's, like, super simplified compared to what I normally would try to do.
yeah,
So that's what we're going to be doing next and just trying that approach, because we've tried basically everything else other
yeah,
than simplifying everything. And
yeah,
it seems like the pages that you liked were just like that too, right? It's simplified, it's clear, here's what you buy, and that's it,
yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Okay, I'm intrigued to see you launch these and see
Yeah,
how it goes and see if we can get people from these 3 new products
right.
into your Inception product.
Right, and, I'm peeling back the idea of the inception, like, if someone wants it, that's great, but I think the sleep product is gonna be the lowest, cost,
Mhm,
and then also people everyone spends so much cash on sleep anyway, like, it seems like a good entry point to then, like, upsell the 2-pack and stuff like that.
yeah,
So I think we're
absolutely,
just getting way more dialed into, like, what it means to do this properly, you know?
yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve and things that
Mhm,
you think they're gonna want right away, and you kinda realize,
right.
"Oh, not as much as I thought," and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a journey from where you are as, Dr. Kevin to where they are as
Mhm,
the consumer and putting that
right.
all
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, it makes total sense, and yeah, I'm gonna dig into the ARMRA advertorial. I think that's a really good page. It's, like, super easy to follow,
Yeah,
and they're a lot more in the same space. Because I've found a lot of those types of pages from, like, Grunes, for example, but I'm not doing, like, gummy bears for fiber or whatever, right? Like, it's really hard to cross-reference that
yeah.
because that just seems like a joke of a brand, so
I saw them in Target,
no, they're, like, retail, they're doing nootropics now.
and they're shaped as a gummy bear too, which just
Mhm.
blew my mind.
I know. I know.
I'm not a big fan of gummy
Mhm.
supplements though,
Yeah.
just personally, so
No.
that was one of them that I had pulled up, and I was like,
Mhm.
we're gonna pass on this one."
Yeah.
Sciatica is a little bit out there, and then the
Right.
one that was like the powdered supplement or whatever, I was
Mhm.
like, "That I want give me a traditional pill."
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. But I do think, yeah, like 6 pills, I
Mhm.
didn't even catch that the first time that I, like, went through your site or anything,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna
one of the most common, other than being called, like, a quack or a fascist or something stupid on the comment section, uh,
yeah,
get called, like, crazy for asking someone to take 6 capsules. Like, that's, like, the number one thing is, like, you expect people to actually take this many? I do because the formula is super potent, but,
that's how
like
you get results.
right, but, that it's very challenging to communicate that,
Yeah.
because we haven't captured low-hanging fruit yet. If we had all the low-hanging fruit and lookalike audiences and all that, then the
Mhm.
lift would be a lot less, but at this stage, it just doesn't make sense,
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely. Okay. How we feeling?
Good. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, when I get all my pages up and everything, I'll send you the funnel,
Cool.
but, yeah, I'm just gonna keep chipping away at it and studying and everything. I appreciate you doing the dig. It
Absolutely.
aligns with what my gut was thinking, so that's good.
Yeah, just 'cause as you were talking last week or 2 weeks whenever it was, when we
Mhm.
were talking about it, I was just like, "Okay, Kevin's done a lot of research, Kevin
Uh-huh.
knows." We'll just kind of, like,
Yeah.
see what else we can see out there and kind
Yep.
of, my viewpoint, my interpretation, but really
Mhm.
there's not a lot you haven't seen, so
Yeah. Yeah. Fundamentally, it just I'm a bad consumer, and I know that shows in trying to do e-commerce, you know?
yeah, Eric does all our emails, he does everything email.
Mhm.
I will occasionally send him a headline because I have 10, 15, 20 hold on, let me look. I have 10,677 unread emails on my phone,
Oh god.
because I don't have all of my emails connected to my phone, and
Yeah.
so I always tell Eric, like, if a headline catches my eye, Imma send it over to him
Yeah.
because I'm not an email person.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so it's like if you're not a consumer, you, like, have to put
Right.
your body into that headspace and or
Right,
your
right.
space, that whole
Yeah,
thing, so
yeah.
really have to step out of your zone of genius, and it's
Uh-huh.
hard,
Right.
it really is hard.
No, it makes a lot of sense. But it definitely aligns, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Alright. Same time no, not same time next week. I'm gonna chat with Eric, we're gonna look at our schedules, we're gonna be changing times, we'll
Nice.
kinda figure it out and let everybody know from there.
Mhm. Sounds
BT
good.
dubs, Eric, I'm changing the time of offer mining.
Works for me.
Alright. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Eric.
Very good. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye, guys.
See ya.